If you wanted to break up with someone on their birthday, would you actually do it? With that question, and whatever answer you came up with, let me show you how my boyfriend Mike did it. Today is my birthday. My boyfriend Mike threw a birthday party for me. He carefully placed a birthday crown on my head, smiled, and said, "Happy breakup, ex-girlfriend." The room instantly erupted. His friends started cheering. It's that time of the year. Congrats, Mike, finally free again. 1 second ago, I was the girl in the center of the crowd making a wish. The next second, I became the joke of the night. Laughter exploded everywhere. I stood frozen, the birthday crown on my head glowing like a neon sign of humiliation. I turned to Mike. You're joking, right? No joke. Mike lifted his glass, eyes cold. We're not a good match, and since everyone's here, it saves me the trouble of explaining. His friends clapped like it was a show. Mike's finally free. Come on. Cheers to a new life. Bro, you're too kind. You even threw her a party. Kind? I let out a shaky breath. So this party is basically your stage to dump me publicly? Mike shrugged. I thought it would feel more ceremonial. You're not mad, right? You always say you're independent and mature. Someone nearby chimed in, yeah, Lena, don't start crying or anything. We're live streaming this. My heart dropped. Live stream? Someone turned their phone toward me. The camera was aimed directly at my face. The live stream comments were flying. Haha, look at her expression. Mike is a legend. What a breakup. Birthday breakup day. Best plot twist of the year. My fists tightened until my knuckles turned white. I almost cried. Almost. But I swallowed it down. Everyone thought I would break down, cry, run away, lose it. Even Mike stepped aside with a smug expression like, go ahead, make a scene. I'm ready to watch. Instead, I walked toward the guy holding the phone. He backed away, panicked. Whoa, hey, don't do anything crazy. I snatched his phone, turned the camera toward myself. The comments exploded again. She's gonna cry, LOL, breakup plus livestream equals tragic. Come on, girl. Break down already. I looked into the camera and smiled. Soft, cold as a blade. Thank you for watching my birthday breakup live. The room fell silent. I continued, since you all love drama, let me give you something really worth watching. I turned the camera toward Mike. He stiffened. What are you doing? I lifted my chin. Let everyone see exactly how you told me happy breakup. Live stream comments shifted. Wait, what? This feels like a plot twist. I spoke clearly. Mike, tell them that last night, you were kneeling at my door, begging me to take you back, and promising to marry me. Gasps exploded. Mike's face drained of color. Lena, what the hell are you talking about? I opened his messages from last night and held the phone to the camera. Baby, I'm sorry, I can't live without you. I'll make up for everything tomorrow. I swear. The comments went insane. Yo? He begged last night but dumped her today? This guy has shame made of titanium? Mike rushed to grab the phone, but someone stepped in front of him. A man's voice, don't touch her. Mike froze when the man blocked him. I stared. You, who are you? The man didn't answer me. He kept his eyes on Mike, cold and steady. Mike's voice cracked. Why are you here? Ryan stepped forward. His tone sharp. I'm here to do the one thing you're most afraid of. Mike panicked. No, don't say anything. Ryan ignored him completely and looked at me. Lena, do you know why he had to break up with you today? I took a trembling breath. Isn't it because he wanted to humiliate me? Ryan shook his head. That was just the appetizer. The main course is nastier. Mike shouted, voice breaking, shut up. This has nothing to do with her. Ryan shot him a cold glance. Everything has to do with her. The room went dead silent. I wrapped my arms around myself. What are you trying to say? Ryan spoke like dropping a knife. 3 days ago, Mike already got engaged to someone else. The room exploded. What? Engaged? I stood there, numb. Engaged? Ryan nodded. Yes. His father arranged it, and he knows exactly who the fiancé is. My throat tightened. So, he had to get rid of me before the engagement? Ryan answered firmly, exactly. His father ordered him to publicly cut ties with you so you'd feel humiliated enough to never come back. Because to him, Ryan said quietly. You're just an obstacle. Another shock rippled through the room. I felt something sharp stab right into my chest. Mike scrambled to defend himself. Lena, let me explain. I was forced, Ryan snorted. Forced? Then why were you kneeling at her door last night begging? Mike's face turned gray. How do you know? Ryan's tone was merciless. Because it's on the security footage. A loud gasp filled the air. My voice trembled. So, last night, you begging me was all an act? Mike reached for me. No, I meant it. I slapped his hand away. Don't touch me. Ryan stood beside me, emotionless except for clear disgust toward Mike. He said, now you know why he had to dump you today. Because his fiancée arrived in town this afternoon. Mike finally snapped, stop talking. Ryan kept going, and she's already on her way here. The room went dead silent. I felt dizzy. My lips barely moved. She's coming here? Personally? Ryan nodded. Yeah, she wants to see you with her own eyes, because she wants to know what kind of woman makes her fiancé panic. And just as he finished, the sound of heels echoed down the hallway. Sharp, cold, getting closer. Everyone turned toward the door. Ryan lifted his chin slightly. She's here. The sharp, steady sound of heels echoed closer and closer. Mike was still kneeling on the floor, completely losing it. I adjusted the birthday crown on my head, lifted my chin. The door opened. A tall woman walked in, elegant, cold, the kind of beauty that felt like a glacier with edges sharp enough to cut. Her eyes swept the room once and stopped on me. Silence tightened around us. While everyone braced themselves for her to speak, I smiled. Light, careless, deadly. I took 2 steps toward her and said, casually, hi. She raised a brow, clearly not expecting me to greet her first. I continued in an airy tone, you must be the woman Mike tried to run away from, twice. The room went feral. Mike? Ava blinked, just once, but I caught the flicker. I added, still sweet, don't worry. I'm not here to steal him from you. I mean, who would? Someone in the crowd snorted loudly. Mike nearly combusted. Lena! What the hell are you? I lifted a finger to shush him. Mike, I'm speaking to her. Ava studied me with a glint of unexpected interest. I smiled back, sharp, clean. He begged me earlier to help him act, to pretend I don't love him, so you'd feel safe and not report him to his father. I turned to Mike. He went tomato red. Lena, stop lying. I cut him off again, but I refused. Ava tilted her head. You refused? I nodded. Yeah, I'm not interested in cleaning up his mess. And then, I delivered the bullet. Besides, you look like someone who deserves a fiancé that doesn't spend his free time kneeling to his ex. The entire room exploded. Even Ryan chuckled. Ava finally spoke. Her voice smooth and cool. You're interesting. I shrugged. Thanks. Happy birthday to me, I guess. She turned to Mike. Her tone icy. So this is how you treat your ex-girlfriend? Mike panicked. No. She's twisting everything, Lena. Explain. I beamed at him sweetly. Mike, you wanted me to act, right? Well, I'm acting now. His jaw dropped. Before he could speak, someone gasped, not at me, but at the door. Mike's fiancée, Ava, was walking closer, but she wasn't the only problem. Mike suddenly dropped to his knees again. Lena, please don't go, everyone gasped. I stared down at him, baffled. Are you insane? He grabbed the floor like it could save him. My dad is forcing the engagement. I don't like Ava. I love you. Someone muttered, what kind of 4D circus is this? Mike babbled desperately, please. Lena, when Ava gets here, just say it was you who broke up with me. Say you don't want me back. If she thinks I still like you, I'm dead. I stared at him like he was a disease. So you want me to act? For your convenience? Mike nodded like a broken bobblehead. Yes. Just pretend, please. I leaned down, smiled gently, and whispered, okay. Mike lit up instantly. Lena, I knew you still cared. I straightened and said clearly, I'll act for her, but not the way you want. At that exact moment, Ava stepped fully inside the room. Her heels clicked like a countdown. Ryan spoke softly behind me, showtime. Ava stepped fully into the room, the click of her heels slicing through the silence. Everyone stiffened. Mike trembled so hard his knees scraped against the floor. I walked to the center of the room. Every gaze locked on me. Then, I suddenly opened my arms toward Mike. Gasps exploded everywhere. Mike's eyes lit up with pathetic hope. "Lena, you're willing to," I said softly. "Sweetly, come here." Mike. He practically launched himself toward me, arms open, and right as he was about to touch me, I sidestepped. He stumbled forward, arms flailing, nearly face-planting on the carpet. The room erupted in laughter. I looked toward Ava, making sure my voice carried. Just to be clear, I wasn't trying to hug him. I turned to Mike, who looked shattered. I wanted to show him that unlike him, I don't beg. Mike's face drained of color. "Lena," I smiled cruelly. "Because, Mike, I don't want you." Laughter, gasps, chaos. Mike swayed like he might faint, but I wasn't done. I walked slowly, deliberately toward him. "Last night, you were kneeling outside my door, crying, begging me to stay." Mike panicked. "Lena, please." I leaned in slightly, voice velvet but sharp. "Today, you're putting on a show for your fiancé." I straightened. "But don't worry, Mike. If you like drama, I'll give you a finale." I raised my voice. "Mike, didn't you also ask me last night if you could hug me one last time?" The room went insane. Mike practically screamed, "That's not true." I turned to the crowd and shrugged. He wanted face. I took it away. He wanted to act deep in love. I ruined the performance. He wanted to use me. Now I'm his worst nightmare. Mike trembled violently. "Lena, stop, please." I lifted my chin. "Then kneel." The room froze. Mike stared at me in horror. What?" I pointed at the floor. "You heard me." He shook his head desperately. "No, Lena, you can't. Ava is watching," I said clearly. "Exactly." Mike collapsed. His knees hit the floor with a loud thud. He sobbed, "Lena, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Please don't ruin me." I stared down at him calmly. "Now you finally see who the clown is tonight." Not a sound in the room. Everyone knew it. Mike was finished. Finally, Ava spoke. Her voice was cutting, controlled, dangerous. "Mike." He looked up like a dying man seeing the sun. Ava." "I can explain." She stepped toward him with perfect composure. "We're done." The room imploded. Mike blinked. Lost. What? Ava looked at him like he was something stuck to her shoe. "You humiliated me. You lied to me. You clung to someone else behind my back." Her eyes flicked to me. "And you tried to use her as a shield?" Mike's voice cracked. No, baby. Please, I swear it's not." Ava cut him off sharply. "Did you just call her baby?" People covered their mouths to keep from laughing. Mike was shaking uncontrollably. "Please. Ava, please give me another." She raised her hand, silencing him. Her tone was icy, precise. "The engagement is off. Our relationship is terminated. As of this moment." Mike went blank. Everything inside him collapsed. But Ava wasn't done. She turned to me and did something no one expected. She bowed her head slightly. "I apologize on his behalf." Mike's eyes bulged. Why would you apologize to her?" Ava didn't even glance at him. "She spoke only to me. You don't owe me anything. But what you did tonight." She paused, eyes steady. "I respect it." Her voice remained calm. "Elegant. You didn't take his side. You didn't take mine. You stood for yourself." She extended her hand. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Lena." The room held its breath. I looked at her hand, this time. I recognized it wasn't manipulation, not strategy. It was acknowledgement, respect. I shook it briefly, then let go. Ava nodded. "If you ever need anything, you can come to me." Then she turned and walked out, heels sharp and decisive. Everyone parted for her automatically. The moment she disappeared, Mike completely fell apart. He grabbed at the carpet, voice shaking violently. "And oh, Ava, don't go, don't leave, please. I can explain. I still have." I looked down at him one last time. "Mike." He looked up, broken. "Why, yes," I said, cold as ice. "You didn't lose two women. You watched two women wake up at the same time." Mike froze. That was the moment he realized he couldn't fool anyone anymore. Not me, not Ava, not even himself. I turned and walked away, heels tapping steadily. Ryan followed beside me. I didn't look back, because stepping out of that room wasn't an escape. It was the beginning. For days after the engagement was called off, Mike officially fell apart. He curled up on his couch, unshaven, staring at our old chat messages, reading every line like it was scripture. Lena, are you off work? Lena, are you home? Lena, did you eat yet? His eyes turned red. She really used to care about me. His friends looked at each other like he needed a medical intervention. Then Mike jumped up suddenly. No, I have to get her back. Lena still loves me. She's not cold. She can't be. Frenda whispered. She said you were the reason 2 women woke up at the same time. Mike slapped the table dramatically. That was just anger. She doesn't mean it. His friends exchanged looks. Bro, therapy, please. But Mike ignored them and grabbed his phone, typing fast. Mike, Lena, I've thought it through. You're the one I truly love. No reply. He sent another. Mike, let's start over. I'll change everything. Still nothing. He tried again. Desperate. Mike, please don't be with someone else. I'm begging you. Frenda coughed. Dude, check if she blocked you. Mike scoffed. Impossible. Lena's soft-hearted. She wouldn't block. Ding. Message failed to send. Recipient has enabled friend verification. Mike froze. She blocked me? His friends tried not to laugh. Looks like it. Mike looked like someone told him Santa died. No. She must have slipped, accidentally hit the wrong button. He frantically sent a new request. Typed a long, dramatic message begging forgiveness, only to get verification message too long. Unable to send. He tried again. Mike, Lena, I know I was wrong. System popped up again. Friend verification. Please answer the question: who is the #1 person in the world who deserves to be blocked? Options: A. Mike. B. AC. Still AD. Definitely a Mike. Are you serious right now? His friends were wheezing on the floor. Mike shouted, I refuse to believe she became this ruthless. Friend B, she didn't become ruthless. She became awake. Mike grabbed his keys like a madman. I need to see her. If she sees me in person, she'll soften. He sprinted out the door like he escaped a mental hospital. /coffee shop breakdown. Mike ran across the city like a deranged pigeon. He imagined Lena seeing him, crying with joy, throwing herself into his arms. Then he slammed straight into the glass door of a cafe. Bang! Everyone looked up. Mike rubbed his forehead, then froze. Lena was inside, sitting by the window. Simple white shirt, hair tied loosely, calm, beautiful. Across from her sat Ryan, the man who shut him down at the party. Mike's soul left his body. Why? Why is she having coffee with him? He burst inside. Lena! The cafe went silent. I looked up, expression cool and distant, as if seeing a stranger. What are you doing here? Mike nearly sobbed. I came for you. I really know I was wrong. Can we start over? Please? I can't lose you. Ryan stirred his coffee lazily. To myself, he murmured. Which stage is this? Denial? Breakdown? Delusion? Mike snapped. Shut up. Ryan raised an eyebrow. I was talking to myself. But I can shut up if you want. He put the spoon down calmly. You're interrupting our date. Mike nearly exploded. Date? I frowned lightly. Mike, don't be so loud. You're disturbing people. Mike's face twisted like he'd swallowed a lemon. Lena, you can't just move on so fast. You don't even like guys like him. I glanced at Ryan, then at Mike. What kind of guy is he? Mike gritted his teeth. Someone stronger than me. Ryan smiled lazily. Sorry about that. Can't help it. Shut up, Mike yelled. Ryan leaned back in his chair, arms folded. I'll stay quiet. But maybe you should ask Lena first, if she even wants to hear you talk. Mike turned to me, trembling. Lena, do you want to hear me out? I answered without hesitation, no. Mike looked physically punched. Why? I sighed. Mike, I didn't move on fast. You just woke up too slow. His breath hitched. How about him? Who is he to you? Ryan answered smoothly, I'm the man she's getting to know. Mike broke like wet cardboard. You're not serious, right? Lena, you're just doing this to hurt me, right? I looked at him calmly. Mike, you always thought I couldn't live without you. But the truth is, I was just giving you chances. Ryan added. Sipping his coffee, she gave you gifts. And you treated them like they were free samples. Now you want them back. Mike clutched at the air like drowning. Lena, one more chance. I'll do anything. I stood up. I already gave too many. He tried to grab my wrist, but Ryan moved instantly, gripping Mike's arm and pulling it away. She said she doesn't want you touching her. Mike stumbled back, pale. Why do you get to speak for her? Ryan replied calmly, because I'm not blocked. The cafe exploded in laughter. Mike collapsed onto a chair, devastated. Lena, please, don't fall for someone else. I put on my jacket. Whether I fall for someone else isn't your decision. Mike looked seconds from fainting. I walked out with Ryan beside me. Behind us, Mike whispered, broken. Why did everything end like this? Ryan smirked quietly. You were too lucky. Then you ran out of luck. Mike's meltdown at the cafe spread through social circles like wildfire. Some people laughed. Some cursed him. Some pitied him. None of it had anything to do with me. Whenever someone asked, Lena, did you really cut him off that completely? I simply answered, I didn't cut him off. I woke up. After that day, Mike practically disappeared. He cried, begged, knelt, pleaded, but I never looked back. Because love isn't pity, and it isn't repayment. As for Ryan, the quiet, steady man, he just kept appearing beside me. Not pushy, not demanding, not trying to win, just present, like a warm cup of tea in winter. One day, out of nowhere, he said, do you know what I admire most about you? I thought he'd say courage, or independence, or clarity. He shook his head. No, what I admire is that after all the chaos and noise, you still stayed gentle. I blinked. Gentle? I don't think anyone thinks I'm gentle after that party. He smiled. I'm not talking about them. I mean with yourself. You didn't become cruel. You became steady. For a moment, I couldn't speak. Then I laughed softly. And finally, I understood. Growing up isn't about becoming harder. It's about becoming grounded. More storms came. More people doubted me. More whispers followed me. But I never feared losing anyone again. Because now I knew, I can always choose myself. Mike's name eventually became a distant joke. A footnote. A punchline. A faded memory from another life. The pain he caused? It stayed in the past where it belonged. And I walked forward. Steadier. Stronger. Freer. No one else gets to make decisions for me. No one else gets to turn me into a joke. My story didn't end when I walked away. It began there. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any thoughts about this story, feel free to share them in the comments section. Here is Roses and Love, sharing stories about marriage and women every day. See you tomorrow.